All right, we got some breaking news.
Yeah, we do got some breaking. Wow.
Breaking news from Fox Sports.
The NBA draft lottery is over now. It's the order is set. The top 4 teams with the odds were the Hornets, the 76ers, the Dallas Mavericks, and the San Antonio Spurs. They'll be picking in the reverse order. The 4th will be the Hornets, 3rd the 76ers. The 2nd pick in the draft will go to San Antonio, and the number 1 overall pick, Cooper Flagg, presumptively, will go to the Dallas Mavericks.
So all the people with the conspiracy that they are moving to Vegas now because they were dumping the team or trying to gut the team so that they can move to Vegas. Is that still in place?
It is. Oh, definitely still.
Is it?
Yeah, okay. We're going to take him to Vegas.
No, that ain't.
Viva Las Vegas.
The owners are going to cash out on that expansion fee in Vegas with high rollers.
About to go to Vegas with Cooper Flagg. We're about to plant our flag in Vegas. What you mean? You're going to be right there. Rob G, it's time for us to go. You're going to go see a Las Vegas Mavericks game.
They're going to have a team in Vegas, but it ain't going to be the Dallas Mavericks.
So Nico Harrison is smiling somewhere. I don't know if he's a praying man, but he better be thanking God because now if you get a healthy Kyrie, obviously going to be some time with his injury, the MCL, and then all of a sudden you get Cooper Flagg, and then you got Anthony Davis, although that's 2 out of the 3 guys who stay injured, and Kyrie and Anthony Davis. But that's a good get. That's a good get for them. If you're trying your best to get a fan base back, the fan base who are all wearing a Luka Laker jersey right now, coming to your game thinking it sounded like a Laker home game, this is the best bet you can do right now.
I know the people in Utah.
Oh, they are so mad. That was a layup.
That was their player.
That was a layup.
I already know.
Can I ask a question?
Yo.
If you are a fan of the Dallas Mavericks, would you rather whatever Cooper Flagg can be or Giannis? Trade number 1 overall pick to Milwaukee.
Annoyingly great question, Martin. How
and
dare
get
you?
Giannis. I do this.
Cooper Flagg.
I do this for my day job.
Cooper Flagg.
Yeah? You might be Anthony Bennett.
No, but I'm thinking.
I'm just saying.
I know what you mean. There's a chance. But you could have scaled it back a little. You could have. Maybe in the middle somewhere.
Talk amongst yourselves. I just wanted your opinion.
No,
you guys
talk about the Dallas Mavericks who once in an NBA draft. And I know it's different ownership, but in an NBA draft, drafted 3 white guys in the top 18 picks and did not pick Karl Malone or Joe Dumars. They picked Uwe Blob, Detlef Schrempf, and Bill Wennington. Those were their top 3 picks in the top 18. Cooper Flagg will be wearing a Dallas Mavericks uniform.
Cooper Flagg is giving Big Texas energy. Like, that's Big Texas. They're looking forward to that. Now, from a basketball standpoint, absolutely get what you mean. Meaning Giannis is, if he ever even gets to 75, 80% Giannis, wow, that'd be amazing because Giannis is a certified first ballot Hall of Famer. But I also think, Martin, you can sell on hope and youth and optimism. And like he's now our rock for 12 years. Where Giannis, maybe there's 2-3 more years of top tier, then there's 2 more years of really good but not the best. NBA champion, Sirius XM NBA Radio,
every day I'm
New Orleans Pelicans analyst, Fox Sports Radio NBA analyst, and every day AD is hustling. Antonio Daniles, man, let's get straight to it. Mavericks.
What's happening?
What you think?
Upset, man.
You're upset? Oh, you what? The Spurs? What you mad about? The
Pelicans? Because the Pelicans got the number 7 pick in the draft.
Well, but first, as a Pistons fan, I know about this. Been here before. Go ahead and go off a little bit, AD.
I'm not even gonna go off, man. I'm not even gonna go off. I'm not even gonna do it, man. I'm good for Dallas. Good for Dallas.
It don't sound like it's good for Dallas, AD. You're not selling me on it.
No. I'm saying it's good for Dallas because if you look at what happened this past year with Luka being traded away, everybody was talking about, oh, you know what, we're not renewing our season tickets. We're going to boycott the Mavericks. We're not going to games. So what better way to get butts in the seats than get the number 1 overall pick?
Are you saying there was a cold envelope? Are you saying one of the envelopes? Okay, I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
He can't say that. He doesn't have proof. He doesn't have proof of that.
I am the furthest thing from a conspiracy theory.
Okay.
I am just speaking fact.
All right.
I'm speaking fact, right? We saw their ticket prices be raised. Their ticket prices were raised, and so many Dallas Mavericks fans were talking about, you know what, that's it. You guys traded Luka. I'm done. Kyrie Irving's hurt. Anthony Davis is always hurt. You know what? I'm not renewing my season tickets. We see how strong their words are now.
We will. That's going to be a lot of pressure on Cooper Flagg, though. It's like, hey, man, we need you to be Luka. We need you to be Luka ASAP, right off the bat.
Hey, Antonio, help me with some of this shooting. What are we watching with the 3-point shooting?
1990s.
Come on, let's talk. Come on, let's talk.
Okay, let's do one for, what was it in the first quarter? 1 for 25. Denver scored 8 points. 1 for 25 combined.
Okay.
That's professional basketball?
But I'm going to tell you the conversation that we had on our show last week. Which is more taxing physically, right? Because, we always compare and contrast generations. The 90s, when the 80s, where it was more physical, or now where they're tracing and computing and everything. Oh, this guy ran 6.7 miles. They run more now. The game is so much faster. You know what has happened? There's been a drastic difference, change in the officiating from game 82 to the postseason. There's been a drastic difference. I've never seen the NBA this physical since the 90s, early 2000s. And you know what? Guys are struggling with this because it's taxing on your body. So when we have callers that call in and say, oh, you know what, this generation, they have it much harder because they have to run a lot more. They don't understand how taxing it is on your body to play with physicality, where you can hold and you can grab and you can fight over screens and you can blow up dribble handoffs. All these kind of things that aren't allowed throughout the course of the regular season.
I agree, and I've enjoyed it. I mean, every game, I don't need 131 to 125 wins all the time.
Yeah, but what's lame is just play that way or call it that way the entire season.
That's not going to happen.
I know it's not, but it doesn't make any sense to me. It doesn't make any sense.
I am 100% with you. Because you know what's going to happen? When October comes, it's going to be back to the free-flowing offense of guys scoring 100 points and 150 points for teams doing all these great things until the postseason. Because now you can see players struggling. Have you ever seen Nikola Jokic struggle like this?
No. Well, we're going to get to that a little bit later, too.
You know why? Because they are all over him. They're grabbing him. They're holding him. They're leaning on him. All the things that aren't allowed during the regular season. Guys aren't parading to the foul line in the postseason like they were in the regular season. I've never seen the officiating take a jump like this or the rules take a jump like this. And guys are struggling with it.
Yeah, they are.
It's not good for the product. It just isn't. It just
makes it.
I think it's great. I love it.
I want to see great players play. Now, all I'm saying is, if you're going to give me Jokic like that all year, and then I got to watch it, you know what it reminds me of, and I'm going to be serious as a guy who covered hockey in Detroit or whatever. In the postseason, when they used to destroy and beat up the best goal scorer and injure him, like they used to purposely attack the guy, injure him so that he couldn't play.
You're allowed to have goons.
Like, do you know what I mean? So he couldn't play, and I used to be like, why would you want your greatest players injured during the playoffs so that they can't play? That makes no sense.
Yeah,
I know, but nobody's injured.
No, I'm just saying, but
you know what I mean? Like, that's the thing about it. Like, they aren't playing to him, so they're injuring him. It's just a lot more physical. How many times has Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown and different players complain in their post-game pressers about how physical it is?
I enjoy it.
All right, let me ask you. Speaking of that,
I think this is a generational conversation, Kelvin.
Yeah, it is.
Generational conversation.
It is, because I have to admit, I'm finally up there. Yeah.
Yeah, if I'm 20 years old and I grew up and the first thing that kind of drew me to the NBA was Steph Curry, I don't recognize this. I don't recognize this NBA. But some of us that are older, that grew up playing this way, that grew up watching the 80s and playing in the 90s, this is what we like. But this is also what changed the rules. When games were 88 to 90 and 92 to 91.
You might be spotting them some. You might have to go a little lower, about 78, 77. You're talking Knicks, Pacers.
But look at these games now, though. Rob just talked about the fact that Denver scored 8 points the other day.
8 points?
Minnesota scored 31 points in the first half 2 games ago.
Yeah. Shoot the Cavs 39, and you know what I mean, the other night at halftime as well.
Right. And I was told that wasn't entertaining. That's what I was told. I was told that kind of basketball is not entertaining. So if it's not entertaining, why are we going back to it?
Okay, let's go to the Knicks and the Celtics. What are you expecting in that game? It looked like the Knicks showed up again in Game 3, or the Celtics finally played. That's a weird series. I mean, the Knicks still they haven't played one good game to me, like one full
first to
good
fourth
game,
quarter,
and that's
yeah.
what's scary about them to me.
And they played 3 games? They've played better in 10 of the 12 quarters. And if you look at even the first 2 games that they lost, and they shot 25% from 3, they were up 20 points in both those games.
Right.
So if I'm a Knicks fan, that's scary to me. It's different if a team goes out and they're playing extremely well and they're up 20, but when a team is out of 4 out of 10 and they're still up 20, you hate to see what it looks like when they get to a 7 or 8 out of 10. I think Boston wins this series. I think they win tonight, and I think they win this series.
That's not crazy.
No, it's not crazy. I mean,
they were up 20 in the 2 games they lost, so clearly they've been dominating.
Now, if they lose tonight, then it's going to be a tough road, obviously.
Yeah.
I mean, but I'm with you. I expect them to play because they played awful. I mean, you can't give up leads like that in the NBA.
But, and they have better players. They have way more depth.
Rob, I will say this, though.
What's that?
Rob, it's hard, man. It's hard not to give up leads like that with the three-point line, with the three-point line being as prevalent as it is. Like a 20-point lead in 2025 is not what it was.
I agree with you. I agree with you there. There's no doubt about it. We've seen that in the old days.
All series,
when I was covering the NBA for real, like if you had to be like within 10 points in the fourth quarter, AD, to have a chance. You know what I mean? Like you could have a chance in the old days. I'm talking about the 80s and 90s when I was covering the league like that. And now you could have a 20-point lead. They make some threes, and you keep shooting threes, and you're not eating up clock, right? Fast shots, and then they get the rebound, and they roll down. Like it's crazy.
Yeah, pace of play. Real quick before you go, AD, Cavaliers, now they're down 3-1. They should have won game 2. Donovan Mitchell has played great. Now, obviously, this last game getting nicked up, only played really the first half. Are they cooked?
I think they're done. I think, but for me, when you're talking about the Indiana Pacers, it's a game of attrition, right? They're actually getting up and down, and the Cleveland Cavaliers don't have the bodies. We saw this last year. There's a reason that Indiana made it all the way to the Eastern Conference Finals last year, because they can continue to come at you in waves, and they play fast, and they play physical. This is one of the teams that the physicality or the ramp-up in physicality has actually helped them, because they're allowing Aaron Nesmith and Nembhard and these guys to play extremely physical, and it helps them out.
One of them about to get dropped, though. Somebody's about to get swung on for sure by Hunter. He's going to swing on somebody. All right, AD, appreciate you as always, man. Dang it, those daggone Pelicans, man. Fellas. 7th pick. Maybe you never know. They might get a sleeper at the 7th pick.
And the whole thing, too, like, while you can't prove that there's rigged or whatever, this pick doesn't help the NBA. It makes it look like it's rigged.
Well, I mean, still stuff.
No, you know what I'm saying. It makes it look like because of what went on in Dallas.
Listen, business got.
I'm just saying. You don't have any what you call it.
It's too. I get it's too obvious,
right? But it's too obvious. But I'm just saying it does make it look like that.
I'm just saying one of those envelopes was a little sticky.
I always thought that when Yao Ming, I thought they were going to have him go to New York instead of Houston, like right with the big Asian population, and he wound up going to Houston.
You're saying big Asian population in New York? Yeah. They got a huge following in Houston.
I don't know. Is it bigger than New York?
I mean, New York, maybe the literal population, like the worldwide. For some reason, they mess with Houston. It's a whole thing on that.